Good morning. I'm delighted to welcome you here today, and I particularly want to thank the Graduate Assembly, Bridge USA, which has the laudable goal of bringing people together from divergent, different political perspectives to have dialogue with each other, and also the Center for New Media. I really applaud the Center for New Media's campus-wide citizenship in serving as a crucial point of meeting for a wide range of campus organizations, constituencies, disciplines, and point of view. And I particularly applaud its intellectual leadership in taking on this topic, and particularly the angle that it is taking on this topic, the unexpected effects of new forms of media on speech and political discourse. I thought what might be an appropriate just context setting for your symposium today is what I've come to think of as the tale of two speakers. Those speakers are, of course, Ben Shapiro and Milo Yiannopoulos, and the contrast in the two events, I think, have a lot to teach us, not only about free speech at this current moment, but also particularly its relationship to the digital world. So Ben Shapiro at least fits my image of what a speech event is like. He came, admittedly, with a lot more security than one would hope or anticipate. He spoke, he answered questions, he left. The event, the speech, was live streamed so that there was a digital footprint of it made, and you can still access it on the web. But to use a metaphor, the speech was the object, and the digital representation of it was the shadow. The Milo Yiannopoulos event was really quite different. It had a number of unusual features. Very small size of the student group that sponsored it, the recent origin of the student group that sponsored it, and the extraordinary elaborateness of the event. 12 events scheduled for 4 days, noontime and 5 to 7 amplified talks on Sproul Plaza, and an evening event in a closed venue every day of those 4 days. There were, as the administration worked with trying to enable this event to take place, there were a number of things that became progressively odder about it. First of all, the failure of the student organization to meet almost all of the requirements of our new events policy. At first I thought this must have been youth and inexperience, but then I started wondering if there was something else going on. And then when the Milo organization posted the list of the speakers on its website, and that was subsequently published by the Daily Cal, we got an increasing number of communications from speakers saying this is the first that they had heard of it, and they had no intention of appearing. So it became increasingly evident to us that the event, at least in significant part, was a fiction. And so I started reflecting on what this meant. It seemed to me that my metaphor of the object and the shadow was reversed. And the shadow, the object, was the digital footprint, whatever you could make digitally of this set of shards of things. And the shadow was anything actual that happened. And I think it's an extraordinary world, if you take my metaphor, in which you can have this reversal and has really profound implications for free speech and how we think about it. I'm delighted to introduce your keynote speaker today, Robert Reich. Robert Reich is a Chancellor's Professor of Public Policy here at Berkeley and Senior Fellow at the Blum Center for Developing Economies. He served as Secretary of Labor in the Clinton administration, and Time magazine, I didn't know this until I got these notes, named him one of the 10 most effective cabinet secretaries of the 20th century. I think that's great. He's written 14 books, including the bestsellers Aftershock, The Work of Nations, Beyond Outrage, and his most recent, Saving Capitalism. He's also a founding editor of the American Prospect magazine, chairman of Common Cause, a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, and co-creator of the award-winning documentary Inequality for All. He's also, I think, probably the most popular teacher on the Berkeley campus. We're particularly pleased to have Robert Reich speaking at Reply All, given his work with Inequality Media. Inequality Media developed out of Robert Reich and filmmaker Jacob Kornbluth's collaboration on Inequality for All. They founded Inequality Media to continue the conversation about inequality with viewers and have since produced countless original films and videos shared through social media and media outlets to raise awareness about these issues, while partnering with leading organizations to provide an avenue through which viewers can engage, mobilize, and take action. Please welcome Robert Reich.